Good day. My name is Saani Mohammed, bringing you all the exclusive updates around RGPL. This is the only platform where we get to serve you all the important transfer update. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking and staying with Mo TV. This is the platform where we serve you nothing but the best of updates. So I'm sure you are very excited to be on this platform. I encourage you to recommend this platform, Mo TV, to everyone. Recommend it to every person who follows the Ghana football. And so this is the transfer hub. This is the platform we discuss the important issues around our GPL transfer. Once again, thank you for being part of this special noble platform. My name is Saani Mohammed. You can call me Mo Shaban. Let's start with one of the players you've been talking about, one of the players you've been asking about, Saani Mohammed. Now, first of all, Saani Mohammed's name is Saani Ishaq Mohammed. Saani Ishaq Mohammed. And Saani Ishaq Mohammed is a player for Soccer for Souls in Kumasi. So he came to Hartlepool for Justifier, and he's been one of the players that have proven to the coach that indeed is a key player and can make impact in the team's success. So there is something around Saani Ishaq Mohammed. Now, the team is happy with his performance, and yesterday there have been questions around why Saani Mohammed did not partake in the medical. Officially, Saani did his medical 2 weeks ago with Hartlepool. He did it 2 weeks ago. So he's not part of the players who did their medical yesterday. He did this 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Let's take note about this. Now, Saani Ishaq Mohammed and Hard to Folk negotiation are in the final stage. They've been agreement between Soccer for Soul and Hard to Folk. They've been agreement between Ishaq, Saani Mohammed and Hard to Folk. It's just left with one or two things to be settled. Then the player would finally pen down a 3 year contract with Hard to Folk plus one. That is the information around Saani Ishaq Mohammed. So Saani will sign for Hartlepool. He's going to sign a 3 year contract with the team after Hartlepool agreeing terms with Soccer for Soul in Kumasi, and also the player agreeing a transfer personal terms with the team. So that is some important information you need to know about Saani Ishaq Mohammed. Let's take note that Saani Ishaq Mohammed is also a right winger. He plays as a right winger and can also operate as an attacking midfielder. So that is something you need to know about Saani Ishaq Mohammed. He has been with the team the past 3 weeks. He has been training with the team. And the last time the supporters saw him was in the Homo Charity Cup, where he also proved his worth for the team. So it is something around Saani Ishaq Mohammed. If you want to know much about him, this is what you need to know. Everything is done. Yesterday, I saw one in the comment section saying, Mo, if you've not spoken about Sunny, then there's a lot of pressure. There's something that is not going right. The fact is that this transfer, I decided to keep it cool and then release it today. So this is something around Sunny Shaq Mohammed. Everything is done. It is left with the player to sign a 3 year contract. And by Tuesday, Sunny should be signing for Hartlepool. Let's take note that the transfer window will be over on Sunday. So today's week, 7 days more to go. Today's week will be the last day for the transfer window, and that is we have 7 days to go. 7 days to go. So next week Sunday, the transfer deadline day. The only two teams that I would say they are done with some of their recruitment, the majority, it's only Nuswacheman and then Samatex because of Africa. Even with them, they are looking at getting one or two players to beef up their squad. So this is something around Saani Ishaq Mohammed. Let's move away from Saani and talk about Ahmed Ramzey. Yusuf. Ahmed Ramzey is an attacking midfielder from New DBS United. Don't forget that I made a comment last time that Ahmed Ramzey played for a team in Cyprus and also in Turkey. So the player has had stints outside and he's 24 years, a very good 24-year-old attacking midfielder, very young but intelligent on and off the ball. With the ball, he's very skillful. So I'm sure he's going to be playing alongside Martin Kakari in the midfield and all that. So it's going to be more uh, difficult for opponents playing against these young players who are joining Hartlepool. So Ahmed Ramsey is one of the players who did his medical yesterday with the team, and after completing medical yesterday, take note that Hart have finished everything with Edubiase. Now, Hartofuk and Ahmed Ramsey are almost done. It's about 99%. There's no problem at all with Ahmed Ramsey and Hartofuk. There's no problem at all with his personal terms. It's just one or two things they have to just settle, and then the player would officially sign a contract with Hartofuk. Don't forget that whenever there is a contract signed, I'll come out with a video and I'll do the official transfer update with you with regards to the player who has signed. So don't forget, I'll be bringing you some exclusives around transfer deadline day or deals that are expected to be done. So this is something around Ahmed Ramsey. And so Ahmed will sign a 3 years contract with Hartlepool plus one and then officially become a player of um, Hartlepool from New Dibiase United. Last year he played in the Access Bank Division 1 League, and so now he is going to be a player for Hartlepool, and medical is already done. Let's look at who's Mauli Wayo. Let's talk about Mauli Wayo. And so Mauli Wayo's transfer, interesting. One of the transfer deals that is very interesting, even though he's a free player. Now let me take you through what happened. And 3 weeks ago, the manager and the player arrived in Accra after the player told Gold Stars he's not going to extend his contract with them. Now this is what happened. The player and Gold Stars agreed on contract extension. And then at a point in time, the player was like, no, I won't play again when his contract expired with Gold Stars. So he joined his manager in Kumasi, and then he and the manager arrived in Accra on Monday 3 weeks ago. He started training with Hartlepool last week. And then he was part of the team that participated in the Omo Charity Cup. He was one of the players that was really good on the field of play. Now, after everything, Hartlepool wanted to offer the player a 3 years contract. The manager wanted a 2 year deal. Then, on the transfer, personal terms negotiation, because he's a free player and the amount of money and everything, it was delaying the deal. It was making the deal very difficult. It was making the deal very challenging, especially when Hartlepool wants to finish everything on time, because we have just 7 days for the closure of the registration window. So the majority shareholder, Togba Affected the 14th, have to interfere in the transfer. So he called the manager, Elom, that look, let the deal happen. Hart wants to give the player 3 years plus one. Elon said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So there's always the boss. So there's an agreement on Hartlepool and between Hartlepool and Mauli Wayo and his manager, Elon. And so the player will sign 3 years plus one. He's going to sign a 3 years contract. He's going to sign a 3 years contract and then plus 1 year, a 3 years contract plus one, and then the player will officially become a player of Heart of Oak. So 3 years contract plus one, a 3 years contract plus one, and the personal terms is done. The money Mauliwayo will take every month. Everything has been sorted by Heart of Oak. Now Mauliwayo is one of the players who did their medical yesterday. He was one of the players who did their medical yesterday. So Mauli, the winger, the left or right winger, would sign a 3 years plus 1 year contract with Hartlepool. So Hartlepool are busy in the transfer market. That is why we are giving you more updates around Hartlepool. And so take note, Saani Mohammed will sign a 3 years contract with Hartlepool today or tomorrow. But then by deadline for him to sign will be Tuesday. Everything is done. His witness has come to sign. The DBB have agreed terms with Hartlepool. Everything is done between DBB and Hartlepool. Hussein and Hartlepool, everything done. It is left with the player to just put pen on paper to sign their contract with Hartlepool. So that is something around Hussein Mohammed. Hussein is an attacking midfielder. Yes, he's also number 10. So Ahmed Ramsey, Hussein Mauliwayo, and all that. So that is that. But let's talk about Stephen Appiah Asari. Stephen Appiah Asari was not part of the players who did their medical yesterday, but he's currently negotiating with Hartlepool. For now, there's no offer. For now, there's no final conclusion. There's no final conclusion on his contract. There's no final agreement on his deal. There's no final decision. So Hartlepool are looking at tomorrow or Tuesday to finalize the deal of the player. Tomorrow or Tuesday to finalize the deal. When the deal is finalized, Stephen Appiah-Sarri would now go for medical and sign a contract with Hartlepool. So for now, there is no final agreement for the player. And so when the final agreement is done, the player will sign a contract with Hartlepool. This is something about Stephen Appiah-Sarri. Samalachi Kwe to Hartlepool is interesting, the negotiation was ongoing between Hearts and the old management of Olympics. Now Olympics have formed a new management, so they will have to now renegotiate with Great Olympics. The player wants a year contract with Hartlepool. Conversations are ongoing, and I mean the player in Hartlepool, there's no problem with personal terms. The problem is that Hartlepool and Olympics would have to agree on a fee. Now, from now to Sunday, everything can happen on Razak Kasim. Kasim can sign, Kasim might not sign. That is a 50-50 decision that is likely to happen between Hartlepool and then Kasim Razak. So take note of this information. Abdulaziz Nuruddin is a defensive midfielder. He has started preseason with Hartlepool. So of course, they are looking at him covering up at that defensive midfield role. So take note of this information around Hartlepool transfer update. Brekum Chelsea have signed former Karela United, former Temayu goalkeeper Kojo Adaye. So take note of this information. Kojo has signed a 3 years contract. We went to Karela and played just one game. We didn't have the opportunity to start matches for them, but he's a good goalkeeper, so there's no problem at all with regards to his quality. My name is Saani Mohammed. Subscribe to Mo TV. Enjoy all the updates here on Mo TV. Subscribe. I recommend to you subscribe. The only platform where we serve you all the GPL updates. Thank you for joining us. Bye bye.
Papa show the dafe me chia be dwafo so a omo studio mo shaban wa boy djuma pa this is the one uni me there if there is one particular person what projected Abrantia Foster Apetombo the very first day I'm signing Abrantia when I'm catching Mo Shaban say the world is not ready for this young man. Don't hear people like Mo Shaban Omo to omo won si o say on be project league the necessary to be edu ewukuma yeah sure say in the next 2-3 years the face of the league e be sesa
can he make amends? Here's a chance for Arsenal and the Fabians have scored. Finds Baba with a beautiful pass upon and then chance Barimaba and it's the opening goal. That's with a corner and that's a goal line clearance. Eventually they put one back. It's right
FC Celtics Premier League champions
2023-2024. I did hear they sleep the dream about Ghana Premier League. You did hear they talk about fufu. You go fit pan give me.
Ghana Premier League something where they go start 6 September.
2024-2025 Ghana Premier League kickstart at September 6, 2024.